Okay, well today is literally 15 degrees in Chicago and it feels like -5. So
sweater weather?
It is parka layer weather, not sweater weather.
Hello.
Hello, I'm Savannah.
I'm Zack.
And this is
Between Two Realtors.
here to make your Wednesdays
Hump day?
hump day a lot brighter.
Oh, every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday. Well, what are we talking about today, Zach?
We're talking about the horrors of moving during the winter.
Not completely horrific.
Oh.
No? That's what we discussed before.
Oh, sorry, I forgot. 7 feet of snow, though, sounds atrocious. But
When you live in Chicago, for all you people in the South, if you're listening to this, we envy you and never having to deal with 5-degree weather.
Can someone tell me how the real estate is down in, like, Florida
No,
or, like,
no.
you know, into Texas, maybe?
It's probably wild in Florida.
Oh. I guess
Right?
you have to worry about, like, hurricanes and stuff, though, so...
Yeah, and your insurance probably is ridiculously high.
Okay. No, so I think what we were going to try to talk about was, like, there's a bunch of, like, really funny and, like, interesting, weird caveats to moving / trying to find an apartment.
In the whatever.
In the tundra.
In like November through probably February.
I'm treating this like we're in the Canadian outback.
Okay, well today is literally 15 degrees in Chicago and it feels like -5. So
sweater weather?
It is parka layer weather, not sweater weather.
I've been trying to update my coat game for some time now.
Well, speaking of coats, if you move here into Chicago, and I feel like this is a big topic, everyone's like, what kind of coat and boots do I need? You need the best of the best, something that's going to last you.
The warmest coat ever.
Especially if you're moving in the winter months because you're going to be cold while moving. Boots
too.
And coats. So what are some, let's talk about the bad and the good of moving in like the November to February range.
I mean,
Start with the bad.
Okay, like, there's a lot of snow.
Yes.
Like, just, like, you know when, like, you're carrying boxes up, like, the stairs and it's just, like...
You're crunching snow?
Yeah, but then, like, because it's snowy and it's slippery, you, like, take that first step of the stairs and you, like, immediately, like, slide back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's...
That sucks.
That's what it's like. Hire movers, people.
Yeah, you should hire movers. Which brings us another good point. Movers are not as busy in the winter months as they are in the summer months. So
a little bit less expensive.
But treat them really nicely. You know, tip really nicely. Nice hot drinks if they like that.
Hot cocoa. Tea.
And perk to this, less moving trucks in alleyways, because when you're in the city, right, everyone has to park their moving truck. You can't park in the middle of the street because you're blocking people from coming down the street.
Very narrow streets.
So you have to park, and when you have movers, they have to park in the alleyway.
Sometimes I wonder if the alleys are actually wider than the streets sometimes.
I think they are sometimes. Not all the time. But another good perk to moving in the winter, since we talked about a couple bad things, is rent prices are cheaper.
They are. There's just, I mean, let's be honest, like, no one wants to move during the winter, but you should.
Yeah. More specials. A lot of times they're doing, hey, we'll do 1 month free, we'll waive move-in fees, we'll do this and that, because they're trying to just get their inventory out.
They're more negotiable on rent.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Or they'll lower prices significantly from the summer because...
You can do short-term leases and long-term leases.
So you're trying to push them into the summer months so you can help them out.
A little bit less inventory, like, in general, of, like, what you're looking at, but I feel like that, you know how, like, when you walk into, like, the grocery store and there's, like, I don't eat peanut butter, but I understand how this works, people.
Peanut butter will kill him.
Yeah.
Literally.
But, like, when you walk into the grocery store and there's, like, literally, like, 5 sections of peanut butter, and it's, like, there's, like, the crunchy smooth, there's, like, the one that combines crunchy into smooth, and then there's, like, the different ones that then taste like chocolate and hazelnut and all this other jazz.
Where's this going, everyone?
I'm simply saying that there's less options to choose from, but like when you have too many options, it can be like overbearing. That's what the summer is. The winter is like walking in and it's like you get to choose crunchy, smooth, hazelnut. Done deal, I'm out.
I get it now. I see the connection. I got it. Okay.
My brain can mathematically handle it.
Even though you can't even eat peanut butter.
Exactly. The smell is repulsive. I don't know how you people do it.
You can just ignore him. Peanut butter is amazing. I'm sorry that it will kill you, but everybody else, most of the world loves peanut butter.
We can have an entire show on coffee or chocolate or something like that, and I'll get on board one day.
Whatever. Well, inventory is not as great, but prices are better, less to work with. easier to negotiate your rent cycle. So if you have like a weird move out date, like you are transferring jobs or you're trying to move in with a significant other, you want to try and get a shorter lease. It's going to be a lot easier to do that in the winter months than it is in the summer, because they're going to want to push that lease back into the summer again once you're done in that 12-month frame.
Yeah.
They're not going to do a short-term lease in the summer or a long-term like 15, 16-month one when it's going to push them in the winter. No landlord or owner wants to try and rent their apartment on the winter because it's not as busy. But the nice piece of that is it's cheaper in the winter, and you get a lot more specials. And I don't think it's an issue. I've moved in April, but that's
I always move in the winter.
I know I remember you talking about that.
Moved in January, February. This is gonna be the latest I have to move this next time in April, but that's like more of a permanent move for like life.
Yeah.
But like life. But yeah, hold on. Like really. Before we go any further, like, what is your best snow showing story?
Well, last year.
Or maybe your most horrific or scary.
It's funny looking back on it, but during it wasn't. I mean, Chicago got like legitimately 2 feet of snow in like March of last year. Remember that snowpocalypse, and our cars were legitimately buried. Like I had to actually dig my car out because I parked on the street. And then there were mounds because all the plows had pushed mounds onto the ends of the street, and there was no parking anywhere. And I was still doing showings because we work all the time. And I had a client from out of town with me in the car, and I was driving safely, but I knew I couldn't park anywhere, and I literally just drove up on a mound to get into a parking spot. And we were like, I 4-wheel drive, right? Got on the mound, and she was looking at me, and she was legitimately shaking, and I was like, I'm sorry, but like, we got to get out and see these places, and there's nowhere else for me to park. That one was pretty funny because she was not impressed. But we got in and we saw some units, and I rented her something, so.
I'm trying to think. I feel like the best is when there was one time last year, you know where 655 West Irving Park is, right?
Yeah.
You know how like they like don't keep any of the lock boxes like on site, but they're all in that like fence across the street?
Yes.
So guys, like, you know, like the lock bridge in Paris or whatever, where like everyone like is in love kind of thing? All right, here.
This is a good comparison. This is actually a really good one.
This entire fence for like a half city block just has lock boxes on it.
For realtors.
I don't know, like, I feel like the listing descriptions pale in comparison to the description of where your lockbox is located for an agent when you go to this building. It is insane. It's like, my lockbox is on the 3rd chain down from the 2nd post, closest to the west side of this, like, I'm like, and by the way, it has my business card on the back, so I'm over here turning over each and every single one. But then you like finally find it, right? Or even better yet, it's the master lockbox.
And there's 50 of them over there. Thank you. Thank you, my guy.
Like Master Lock isn't one of like the biggest, lockbox companies in the world. Whatever. Anyway, so like you get to like the lockbox, you're like trudging in like the snow because like nothing's like shoveled yet. It's like snowing down. It's like 6 degrees outside. Like,
you got gloves and you're shaking.
You got gloves on and like your hands are still cold. And all the while, so I get there, right? Like you put in like the combination and you like realize after like trying like 3 or 4, it's like one of these. And none of them are working, but you're like, it has to be one of these. So it's like frozen, right? So then you trudge back to the car, you get your like de-icer, which we all carry in our cars. If you don't and you're a realtor, something's wrong. Bring back the de-icer, you spray it on like every lockbox, still doesn't work. So you trudge back to the car again. I keep a toolbox in my car. It has like screwdrivers and stuff. And you take the screwdriver and you're literally like smacking each and every single like lockbox until it opens. I got it open and I got in.
Meanwhile, your client's just sitting there shivering, waiting for you to get it open. It's like, this
is
my fault.
I had them go wait with the door person. Like, it was great, but like, if they only knew, yes. they would probably think like, that I like rob homes or something. Like I have like this like secret way of like getting into like locks and yeah.
Well, to summarize, moving in the winter is great for you. It's not as fun for us, but we make it work. Make it work for you.
Make it work.
The benefit for you is cheaper prices, easier to negotiate lease length. Lesser inventory also pushes landlords to, I would assume, and owners to get their stuff rented faster and to move on purchases as well, because I know there's less inventory and they want to sell or rent. So I feel like you just are in a better negotiating standing than you would be in the summer, which is really nice.
Yeah.
But in the summer, your inventory is just like double, if not triple or quadruple what it is in the winter.
Yeah.
But the prices are higher.
Yeah.
But it's also the summer and you don't have to be in icy, snowy conditions moving.
But that can be fun. Those are great stories for the future, as you can clearly tell. We just told two.
But maybe they don't find that funny. Maybe they're like, this sucks. Your job must really suck.
What other time of year can you do donuts in your moving truck?
That's a good point.
Just being honest here.
I mean, okay. So all in all, if you want to rent in the winter, it's not the end of the world. If you want to rent in the winter and not rent in the winter again, you have that option. It's really great.
Yeah.
Because your landlord will probably be like, yeah, I'd love for you to stay until the summer months.
Yeah.
Right? That's in our conclusion of this episode?
That's it, yeah. I just wanted to talk about some funny snow stuff.
I know. I feel like I don't have as many. Most of it's me being angry and swearing a lot. Sorry, Mom. And like not being able to open lock boxes because they're all frozen. And me taking my little stabby that I have and chipping away at things. It's not.
It makes me appreciate hot coffee more.
Yeah. Or just warm weather, being in the cold.
Yeah. But then you like... We'll talk about like summer weather eventually.
When you're sweating profusely and you're trying to look professional and you've soiled all your dresses.
You're like...
my hair that I straightened and is now poofy and frizzy because of the weather. Yeah.
Sweating profusely.
Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah. Every Wednesday, tune in to...
Between Two Realtors.
You can... I'm going to do this in the future, so just bear with me here. Like me there, follow me there, subscribe there. I don't know.
Did you
watch
get that
videos.
one too?
Oh, watch videos there. But that was me pressing play. Yeah.
Sorry.
We just did a little jazz tangent right there.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.